I was having to toss like 45 minutes of fucking material because all of it was about white privilege and jerking off. And unfortunately, the only thing I know half as well as those two things is smoking weed, so here's a couple of minutes I managed to salvage on that, I guess. Yeah, it's an issue. I smoke a little too much, probably. I have no right to be offended if someone were to label me as a functional stoner. Dude, I'm the kind of guy who can't even do his dishes unless he's high, dude. Okay, alright. You think I'm gonna call my mom on the phone before taking a fat fucking bong rip, dude? No, I'm not that guy. That's not me, man. You think I can? No, dude. I can't do this right now in front of all of you people unless I'm high, man. Help me, bro. I'm scared. No, it's an issue. It's bad. I've been smoking for 7, 8 years now, and I have never once taken a single tolerance break. I'm not really trying to brag about that. It just makes me feel a whole lot better to say it with confidence. Alright? Otherwise I feel all sorts of stress and I just smoke more weed. No, but seriously this time, I've really never taken that tolerance break. Unless I was out of town or something for a couple of days. It's just not something I've done, but goddamn, I need that break. I am tired. I really need that break. I deserve it. I work hard, year round. I don't take any sick days on this. God forbid a sick day. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I did that. And the pay is miserable. Somehow I'm in a deficit on health benefits. Yeah, this gig kind of sucks, actually. Sometimes I'll be feeling all high and mighty about how much better weed is for you than other shit. Then I'll remember how much more tar is in weed than cigarettes, and and it's rough. That doesn't feel good to do for the bit. And God, but fuck it. If I'm alive 30, 40 years from now and they still haven't figured out a cure for lung cancer, then I probably don't want to be alive anyway, I mean, shit, if we haven't figured out all that cancer stuff by then, I can't imagine we figured out all this other stuff we've got going on. I mean, if I'm living in a world where I can't smoke myself to death and be fine, then you might as well put me down now, damn it. Damn straight. Let's go, buddy. Anyway, speaking of weed, my dad is a divorce and real estate lawyer.
That's good.
This has nothing to do with weed, I just don't have a segue for this bit. But divorce and real estate, right? And the two of us share a name, fucking John. And so that meant that sometimes in high school, and this would really happen a couple times, kids would come up to me, they're thinking about my name, they said, "Hey, John, is your dad a lawyer?" And I have this fucking awful moment where I have to sit there and wonder, shit, man, did my dad sell your house, or is he the reason you only see your dad every other weekend now, Owen? You can guess Owen's answer. That wasn't fun. But no, don't let my jokes here besmirch my dad's name or his business, please. Seriously, he's fantastic at what he does, great lawyer. He will split your parents up so well. Trust me, he's got a knack for it. Kidding, I'm kidding. My parents have been happily married for almost 3 decades now. Sorry, children of divorce. My daddy profits off of your pain. Anyway, enough about me for a second, enough about me. You guys hear about that Dalai Lama thing recently? That's pretty silly. Yeah, you got the Dalai Lama on video kissing this little boy. Kissing's one thing. Every culture sees stuff like that differently. Who are we to judge? Yada yada, but... And then he tries to get the kid to suck on his fucking gray tongue. That's pretty silly. Yeah, no, you gotta feel bad for that kid. Right? I mean, you can't help it. You have to just imagine. That's like, I mean, God, that's all. That would be like if, I don't know, your nation's world-famous cultural and religious leader macked up on your mouth and then asked you to suck on his 90-year-old tongue. Hate when that happens, right? Ugh. Jokes aside for a second, I'm woke and all, but I'm that kid. I'm sucking the fucking life out of that guy's tongue. You know what I'm saying? But bam! Fucking, I'm trying to see the 15th Dalai Lama out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go find that guy, see what he tastes like. And that's right, I did just make a reincarnation joke about sucking the life out of the Dalai Lama's tongue. I got another one, don't care if you like them or not. Sucking on the Dalai Lama's tongue, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Shit, wait, that's a once in 14 lifetimes opportunity. Woo! I write those. I fucking write those, baby. I got that shut down dog in me. Let's go. Gosh, these mics are loud. Anyway, enough about that guy. I'm tired of not talking about myself. Let's go back to high school for a second. Because you know what I'm always saying? If my jokes aren't about smoking weed or sucking tongue, then yeah, they're about high school. Anyway, I had this one Spanish teacher my senior year. We'll call him Mr. Hill, because that was his name. And he was a short little fella, literally this tall, late 20s, early 30s, very friendly fella, smiles, good teacher. I don't really have any qualms with him, but, well, I didn't. He's pretty open with his senior students, you can tell. And I say that because one day I'd missed a quiz for him. I'm going to his class to make it up at lunch, and it's just the two of us in there, silently working, nose deep in our work, grinding away. My own gears are chugging, trying to remember my conjugation boots, you know. Then all of a sudden, out of the silence, little guy gets up out of his chair, and he just goes off like a fucking rocket. Fuck, 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 fuck. I fucking hate teaching. I fucking hate teaching so fucking much. I hate the fucking kids. I hate the fucking questions. I hate the fucking grading. I hate the fucking class. God damn it, it's all so awful. Just shit. Fuck, fuck. And this really happened. I'm sitting here taking this quiz that this guy does not want to grade, very clearly. I mean, goddamn, I could hardly remember all my Spanish vocab when I walked in here. Now it's like, what the hell am I even supposed to say to this guy in English right now? Nonetheless, I was trying to think of something. He still just got fuck, fuck, fuck for like 5 minutes straight, out of nowhere. And then I'm thinking, well, Mr. Hill has that one job he's told us about that he hates, his serving job. Maybe I'll make a lighthearted joke here, light in the air. So I wait for him to break, fuck, fuck, fuck. And I'm like, you know, Mr. Hill, if you hate teaching so much, why don't you just wait tables full time? And this poor little dude, he didn't miss a beat. Just, God fucking damn it, I fucking hate that job. And he went off for another couple minutes about how much he hates his life, his job, and his career. And I'm just trying to absorb it all, get this juicy intel for the lunch table when I run back. I can't work on this quiz right now, damn it. And then finally he calms down. I can a little bit. We're both back to work, seemingly. Then he walks around the class, gets behind my desk, and he says one more thing. Yeah, and my therapist says I need to quit fucking drinking so much, but fuck that, am I right? I was like, yeah, Mr. Hill. Yeah, no, my shoulders laid very heavy that day because of Mr. Hill. Yeah, that guy was down bad. If he wasn't down bad enough because of all that, us kids were fucking evil to this little man behind his back. There was this one rumor that absolutely was not considered a rumor. It was considered hard fact that all of us in high school considered to be fact. That Mr. Hill had Crohn's disease. You know, back then I didn't even think. I knew functionally that he was walking around shitting his pants all throughout the high school. Poor little fella, you know? I still remember, like, when the first kid that told me this came up, they were talking about something else. They mentioned in passing, like it was common knowledge. Oh, you know, Mr. Hill and his Crohn's disease, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck? I questioned it for half a second. I say, how do we know he has Crohn's disease? Well, what's the evidence here? The kid goes, oh, well, you see how he walks, right? Like, okay, shit, he's got Crohn's disease. You're right, that's hilarious. What about it? Yeah, I had a lot of goofy teachers in high school. Last one, who shall remain anonymous. I'd feel too bad about this one if I told y'all his name. He was a biology teacher, and he was a very big man who never got out of his rolling chair. He had a big wart on his face the size of an eyeball, and he talked like this, but much deeper. He was intimidating. He exuded cartoon evil vibes all the time. And, you know, he was a weird, funny fella. He made all the kids before our grade call him Daddy. That stopped, thankfully, by the time we got there. I'm just listing funny facts about this guy. He also has 2 dead cats and a dead rabbit in the biology lab freezer for sentimental reasons. And if you asked him about it, he got very, very angry with you. Anyway, he also spoke South Afrikaans, poorly according to our French teacher. And every time we took a quiz, test, or exam, he would say this. He would do this whole routine. And that meant the crows are watching you. I was an avid cheater in high school, unfortunately, and I did not heed the crow's warnings. One test, I had written just about an entire chapter from the textbook on my right hand, and he was passing out gumdrops after saying, and I wanted a gumdrop. So naturally, when he got to me, I held out my hand for my gumdrop. And instead of feeling that gumdrop hit my hand, I felt a 3-pound tube of ground beef wrap around my wrist like one of those bracelets. And of course, that was him. There's no good punchline to the end of the story. That's about the end of that bit. Except, about 2 years later, that man would go on to become a man who died because he did too much cocaine. That's all I got for you folks. I'm John Knobloch. Next up, we got something that's a lot easier to listen to than my voice. Give it up for Show Me Mary. It'll be just a second.